Sam, just looking ahead to York on Saturday, a strong opponent in the league, but they're also led by our former manager Stuart Maynard. How much are you looking forward to facing his team this weekend?
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity for both sides. I feel it's going to be a real footballing game. I think you look at the stats, the two most dominant in the league at the moment in terms of possession stats. Both sides that like to play in an identity and have a real way of going about their business. And York's a fantastic club, and they'll be there and thereabouts come season end. Their ground, their fan base, their resource, they're a great setup. Full-time outfit. It's going to be a real challenge. We know that. Stuart's done a fantastic job since going in there, and the prospect of coming against someone that gave so much to this football club as well, was highly successful at Wealdstone, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him and having a chat with him after the game.
Brilliant. And we'll come up against Ollie Pearce for York City. Just 31 goals he scored in the league last season. If we are to take points from the game, it would be really important to keep him quiet. Obviously. Yeah,
of course. They've got some really good players, but you expect that with a club of their stature in this division. They had a goal this season to win the division, and they're going to be there and thereabouts. And they've got some great players, but we've also got some good players, and we're going into the game 5 unbeaten. And we want to make that 6. So yeah, we know the challenge ahead, but we're going to put our stamp on the game, and the boys are in a good place, we feel.
Given the relative proximity of the teams in the league, is this a real opportunity to show that we can sort of keep pace with the chasing pack?
Yeah, listen, we know where we are in the league. The boys have done outstanding. I said to them again today, and I tell them every day, they're doing so well. And where we find ourselves in the league, in the National League Cup, and also still in the FA Cup, the boys have done fantastic, and we've just got to keep pushing. We know who we are as a football club, and we know some of the giants that we're up against in this division. But we play with no fear. We go about our business quietly, and it's a great opportunity, a top club in this league, to go and stamp our mark on the game, and we will try our very best to do so.
And since we last spoke, the FA Cup draw took place. We came out the hat against Southend United. What was your initial reaction to that draw?
I said before, I spoke to you before, and it didn't bother me who we faced. Of course, I think the prospect of facing one of the sides in the higher leagues would have been more attractive to the fans, and possibly for the football club in terms of TV games, etc. But for me, Southend is a great fixture. Another great club in this division. We've got our history with them as well. So obviously, off the back of the last game at the Vale, we know it's going to be rocking again, and we need that same atmosphere and to create that same kind of feel again, and deliver a performance that, if we do so, if we have a repeat performance, we know that we can do really well out of the game. So I take each game as it comes. It's not a case of, do I wish we had somebody else? I'm happy with that one.
And just lastly, we also come up against Nottingham Forest under 21s on Tuesday night.
Yes.
In the National League Cup. Is that a competition where maybe you'll rotate the team, or do you still want to go far in that?
Yeah, no, it is a competition that we will rotate. We've got a highly competitive squad that are all chomping at the bit to try and earn themselves a place in the starting 11. I think if you look at the last National League Cup game that we played, there was a couple of performances in that fixture that enabled us to, as a staff, cause us a few problems in terms of selection for the Saturday, and we did mix it up after the back of that. So it does provide those boys an opportunity, and I think that's only fair that we get a chance to see some of the players that may have not had the game time which they would have liked. But one thing about this squad and this group of players is that they're all pushing each other, and they're all holding themselves accountable, and it makes it makes a manager's job so much easier when you've got a team that drive it in training, that drive standards, whether that be standards off the pitch in terms of lateness, fines, but also on the pitch. You only have to listen to training just there. Everybody's at it. Everybody's driving the training, and that's the environment that I want to create. And the boys are doing a great job in doing so. Senior players, younger players, everyone's coming together, and we keep pushing.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sam. Good luck for Saturday.
Cheers, mate.